Hello, everybody. So it's official. MicroStrategy was added to the Nasdaq 100. It's official and it's a party. It's something to be happy about. In my last video, I had calculated that about 2.1 billion, and that wasn't me, that was a Bloomberg a tweet right there, but I had calculated about $42 million a month after the initial 2.1 billion. So we're going to have 2.1 billion likely roughly come into the stock and then be based on the flaws into the QQQ index funds and all sorts of mutual funds that track the QQQ based on those flaws. What you're going to have is likely about 42 million a month is what I was thinking, what I was calculating. I may be off somewhat. And this is quite simply the activation on the current strategy, which is that of simply taking the new money being issued in the money stock by the commercial banks. The money always grows and it sticks to equities, and now it's going to stick to the MicroStrategy common stock, because the MicroStrategy common stock is a part of one of the most popular index funds out there, which is the QQQ, the Nasdaq, and it's my preferred index fund. Like if I in accounts where I have no choice but to own a QQQ, like a retirement account, I've always found the QQQ to be the preferred choice for me. That's just for me because I like growth. I like riskier, quote-unquote riskier investment. I actually think the QQQ is less risky than the S&P 500, but anyways, that's just me. No advice ever on this channel, just entertainment. I also want to point out the fact that they were added to the QQQ means that they're likely going to benefit from a better credit rating in the future, or they may see an upgrade in the credit quality. Oftentimes, market participants tend to view with a good eye. They tend to view with a good eye stocks that are traded on major indices, and MicroStrategy is joining a major index, which is the Nasdaq 100, which is one of the top ones. The last thing I want to say is about the S&P 500, which is the big question. When will they be added to the S&P 500, or will they even be added to the S&P 500? And my guess is going to be maybe 2026 is my guess, but it could be never. And so the reason why I say maybe 2026 is because they need to have positive earnings from the most recent quarter, as well as a total of 4 quarters. And so for them to achieve that, well, they're gonna need to recognize Bitcoin and recognize the Bitcoin gains. So fair value accounting on Bitcoin change means that, and it's probably going to be in Q1. My guess is when they have when they'll adopt it. I don't think they'll adopt it in Q4. I may be wrong on that, but I think starting in Q1 they will start recognizing their quote unquote net income gain. It's only a paper gain, but a quote unquote net income gain on the income statement, and so they will be showing positive earnings, and the key will be to do that for 4 quarters in a row. So hopefully, if we are in the bull run that we think we are, if Bitcoin consistently runs through 2025, it could be that they report all 4 quarters in a row. But if Bitcoin becomes extremely volatile and we have a bad quarter somewhere in 2025, my view is that they would have to recognize that as a loss, and they would have to mark the income down, and so that would disqualify them for S&P. So we really need a clean bull market for them to have the 4 quarters where they report a positive gain on Bitcoin. But there is still one problem, and that problem is that there's a committee, which is one of the main reasons why I've never really liked the S&P 500 as much. It's got a lot of very old world companies. That's one reason why I don't like it. A lot of companies that are powered by debt, but like bad debt, like a lot of like the CVS's of the world, like that type of company with a lot of debt is on there. That's why I've never really liked the S&P 500. I think the balance sheet on the Nasdaq are so much better. The Mag 7, the Mag 8. but a committee still has to approve it. And so as long as you could have someone, if they could meet all of the criteria, even the earnings criteria, the 4 quarters of earnings criteria, they could meet all of these criteria, and you could have someone in the committee that says, oh yes, but they do Bitcoin and we don't like that. And so you can still have one person in the committee shut it down. And the best example that I have for that is Tesla. Tesla was not included, and rumors are, at least at the time, Tesla was late, very late to be included in the S&P 500, and one of the rumors, a lot of the chatter back before they got included was that they're not included because they don't have enough car models, because they were not considered to be a comprehensive car company. So never mind the fact that it's not an auto company, maybe it's an AI company, but they were using this argument to keep them out. So a committee could use an argument to still keep them out. In my view, the S&P 500 will be a tougher one, and we may see some resistance, but that's okay. The QQQ is a top 5 index fund. It's amazing. I'm so happy about that. And today we should have a good weekend with this piece of news today. So, anyways, this was a short video today. This is not financial advice, not investment advice ever on this channel. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.